Hello Superset Maniacs and welcome back to my channel. We as bodybuilding fans all know that Dexter "The Blade" Jackson holds the record for most IFBB Pro Show wins with 29, but how many of you know who is on second and third and so on? I personally only knew who were in second and third before I made the video, and after researching stats for this video I noticed I had it wrong for third, for example. Before we begin, I wanna mention that I did not find a list with such a ranking anywhere on the internet, so what I had to do is to research stats about bodybuilders individually. So for the 50 plus years of history of the IFBB, I had to do plenty of research, and I have to admit this wasn't an easy task. I really hope I did not miss anyone, but make sure you let me know in the comment section below if I did. So today we are going to look on the 10 winningest pros in the history of bodybuilding, and if it wasn't clear already, this will only be IFBB Pro Show, so without further ado, let's get to the list. We'll start from number 10 and make our way up to number 1, which it was already mentioned, it is Dexter Jackson. So for the 9th and 10th spots, we have 4 bodybuilders, all with 11 IFBB Pro Show wins. Lee Haney, Chris Cormier, Kai Green and Rolly Winkler. We are not going to discuss which pro show is better here, of course that Lee Haney's 8 Olympia wins would weight the most if we did, but we are only going to count the number of pro show wins per bodybuilder, regardless of what shows we're talking about. In number 8 now we have Phil Heath with 13 pro show wins. He's also the 13th man to have won the Mr. Olympia title, for those of you who are into superstitions and numerology stuff. And if you ask me, he was indeed kinda unlucky. If it wasn't for the hernia that led to his stomach issues, he could have won the Olympia title for 10 years, I really believe that, but this is not the subject of our video. In number 7 we have the Shadow Dorian Yates with 15 pro show wins. This one surprised me, knowing how short his pro bodybuilding career was compared to some other bodybuilders on this list, but he also was the most effective bodybuilder of all time, losing only 2 shows in his entire pro career. In number 6 we have Jay Cutler, who has won 16 pro shows. Jay is probably number 1 when it comes to silver medals, as only counting the Mr. Olympia event, he finished second in 6 different occasions. 4 times to Ronnie Coleman, 1 time to Dexter Jackson, and 1 time to Phil Heath. In number 5 we have Flex Wheeler with 18 pro show wins. This one surprised me as well, knowing all the things he went through throughout his career, from car accidents to other health problems, not to mention the era in which he has competed, having Dorian Yates and Ronnie Coleman winning Olympia after Olympia combined for 14 straight years. Number 4 is Kevin Levrone with 22 pro show wins. He was my number 3 I was telling you about in the beginning. Wikipedia ranks him with 23 pro show wins, but my main source for this video is this site, ambal.ru, where we have the entire record of his pro show career, and I only counted 22 pro show wins for him. If you guys have better sources or knowledge about these stats, please let us all know in the comment section below. Number 3 is Vince Taylor with 23 pro show wins. His case is the exact opposite of Kevin's. Wikipedia ranks him with 22 pro show wins, and ambal.ru has him winning 23 shows. I decided to go with what the guys from Ambal say, because unlike Wikipedia, they actually show us the entire record for each pro show every bodybuilder has made in his career. So we have Kevin Levrone in 4th with 22 wins and Vince Taylor in 3rd with 23 wins based on that. Number 2 is the King Ronnie Coleman with 26 Pro Show wins. While 8 out of these 26 are Mr. Olympias, makes it even more incredible. For those of you who were still wondering why so many people have him as the GOAT, well, this is another incredible stat that cements his incredible legacy. However, the winningest bodybuilder of all time is Dexter Jackson with 29 Pro Show wins throughout his career. Dexter has won the Olympia only one time indeed, but he holds the record for most Arnold Classic wins with 5, which is the second most prestigious title in bodybuilding. His pro career expanded throughout 4 different decades. He did pro shows in the 90s, 2000s, 2010s and 2020s if we count his Arnold Classic and Olympias from 2020. So there you have it guys, the 10 winningest pros in the history of bodybuilding, as you probably have never seen it before. Leave a like if you appreciate the work, also make sure you let me know in the comment section below if I missed anyone. Subscribe so you're never late for the party, and as always, thank you guys and see you next time.